Um, should I should I review someone? Should I coach someone or whatever? We can do that. I'm down for that. Anyone that links his OPGG, I will review and maybe look at your game. One in a lifetime opportunity. Review me? You're a Minecraft player, dude. You don't deserve to get reviewed. Minecraft too expensive for me. Should buy when it was cheap years ago. How much is it right now? It wasn't the original price 20 euros? I mean, I don't have any games that I can review. Oh yeah, actually it's a new patch. So, King Stallone, I've met you on my friends list. Did you play any games? Oh, you did? Holy shit! Oh, you played a lot already. Oh, you've been kind of on a winning streak? 2 wins, like half and half, maybe. Yeah. But I like to see these builds. This is what I like to see. Damage builds. Shouldn't be building Last Whisper though. GA always. Alright, I'm liking these builds. Dude! Double IE! You're, you're my respect, Stallone. Liking these builds, dude. Have you been climbing anything? What rank have you been? I will check your OPGG. I am hard stuck. Well, that's a simple way to describe it. Let's see. Oh, you were plat 2 early in the season. Wait, daily? Weekly? Oh, wait, this is a 3 weeks ago? Oh, shit. Wait, you have a negative win rate. God damn. New patch I didn't play, so I'm shielded from getting flamed by the EU coach. Even people in Challenger are hard stuck. That's true. They're stuck in Challenger, you know? They can't go any higher anymore. Um well, what do you think, what do you feel like is the problem for you, Stallone? Um like what are the reasons you think you're losing? What are things about yourself that you know that are bad or that you can improve on? We'll do a small coaching session, I guess. Why not? Or whatever it's called. Semi-coach. I'm actually sometimes playing, waiting till 60 L, winning till 60 LP and losing all against 0 LP. That's me on my master account. I get like 2 wins just to lose everything in one loss. In the span of a week. Decision making, laning phase, map awareness, and wave control. Right. So you feel like you have solid team fighting. Um. Let's see. Uh, your CSing seems to be really good actually. Like your CSing is pretty godlike for a plat player. Uh, like you're getting 8 here, 8 here. Well, 6.8 here, but like 8 again, 8, 8.9. Um, if anything, maybe like just by looking at this, I feel like you maybe die a bit too much. Obviously, you know, like you're not like a feeder or anything, but you should really avoid dying on Gangplank. Um, seems like your damage output is good enough. Like, great. Well, it's in the bad games maybe. Oh wait, I shouldn't be looking here. Yeah. Team fighting is bad too. Alright. This is against Tom can stop. Feels like you should have carried this game. Should we look at this one? I guess we'll look at this one. We'll just review it like quick, you know? Which one is it? 10-5. Let's look at the runes that you take. So against double adaptive, this is fine. Yeah, it's like good scaling. It's like really good scaling actually. Boots, you shouldn't be going boots. Boots actually got nerfed as well this patch, so uh, biscuits is okay, but then it's most of the time if you go inspiration second, most of the time timer of tonic and stopwatch or biscuits and stopwatch, depending on like if you're gonna spam your Q, you're gonna need the mana, you know. But it's either these two and the stopwatch. Um, Bomb plating is really good now. Overgrowth, I think overgrowth always. Uh, yeah, it's just seems fine. You were against the Renekton, so that's like a dealable matchup. Are you building ER first? You should be, right? Yeah, okay. It's fine. Um, yeah, it's just good. You can do things when you're going overgrowth and grasp. You can do things like adaptive armor or magic resist, and then scaling health together with the overgrowth. That's what I like to do. Uh, where is it? I'll show you an example. So like this game, like this. Overgrowth with scaling health feels really good. You have like 300 extra HP at like level 16, and like 150 at like level 10 or something. Scaling health is bad in my opinion. Not always. If you have like a free lane, you know. I mean, on Gangplank it's pretty good actually. Like, and they're not so many options, you know. So like, why not? Gangplank without health is super squishy. I don't know if anyone like Glasscan like Gangplank is super squishy. This is why I build Sterex like almost every game because you're just so squishy without it. But Gangplank actually has like one of the worst base stats because they nerfed him so much when he was fucking broken. So health is like, health on him is like feels really great, and it makes him like more bruiser-ish, you know. How do you watch replays of other players from different regions? I just log in an NA account and I look up their OPG, their name, and I go in their match history through the client. Alright, I take the double armor. I mean, I took double armor in this one. I think both are fine. I play more to scale, so like if you're like play more for lane, double armor is better. Yeah, I guess. I'm just quite comfortable with the scaling HP. Hello, Marian. Right. So should I change title or something? Coaching, whatever. Coaching sesh, I guess. Alright, should we do like the sound and stuff? Oh, that's too loud. I just like this. Is this the guy that I told you to help you since you were from US also? Yeah, but that was a long time ago, dude. But yeah, that was Stallone, yeah. But he's been following me for a while, so I'll do it for my boy. Is the sound okay? Can you hear anything? Oh well, we just look at the lane. You went. Wait, look at the runes fast. This is the game. You went double adaptive, armor, transcendence, scattering storm with klepto. Boots, biscuits, cosmic insight. So like I said earlier, boots, especially dispatched, they're awful. They've been nerfed. Stopwatch is always better now. It has been for a while, but like even now it's like 100% stopwatch. Before it was like 70-80% stopwatch, but now it's like 100% I think. For the rest, your runes are fine. If you're playing with Klepto against Darius, you just wanna go for the scaling. Which against Darius you can get free Klepto procs. So like it depends on your playstyle. You can take grasp and like bully him as well, but depends on the like both playstyles are fine in this matchup. He starts longsword. You have a Lee Sin. Hopefully Lee Sin doesn't like come top at all. Um, Bully him. You could have spaced that a bit better, I guess, but and also if you're going for Qs in the early game or like in the early lane phase like this, try to do it from the bush. So like, going in and out of the bush. You know, you go in, you Q, their minions will aggro you, and then you go in the bush, you hide, and then they will de-aggro. Um, so like here after that Q, you should be going in the bush, so they de-aggro instantly. That was this is something like you can't. I don't know how I should like how to explain it or like learn it to people, but like just knowing when you go for Qs on the minions and knowing when you go for auto attacks on the minions, you just have to be able to read the situation. Like if I go for a Q, or like if I go for an auto attack, do I get punished or not? Like is it risky? And like if you need to sustain your mana, you can like you either have to give up CS or you could go for a melee, but you always just have to be able to read the situation. Like here he uses his Q, but like he has more minions than you and more health, so like he will not be afraid to go on you. And this minion was quite far as well. If he was like closer to you, sure, but it was quite far, so he does get like an auto on you. It's not the end of the world, of course, but when to eat a wave, when your McDonald's is when McDonald's is closed, that's when you eat a wave. Here you just wait for the wave to come. He has a level priority. That barrel is when you hit level 2 like when you hit level 2 and you level your barrels instantly, like do it immediately and put down on yourself. Um that's what I do, like out of habit kinda. Just put down, it's like depends on like where you are in the lane. If you're like in the middle in the lane, you just put it down instantly. Just it's just to show that you have control of the lane, and like in case they try to do anything level 2, you just straight back. Because that barrel you put there was way too far, and like normally you can't do anything with that barrel. Like here level 2, you put down one on yourself, not here. You can You can't do anything with this normally. It's kind of important instead of second wind. This took you 10 seconds to think of something. Shut up. This is good farming. On your side, like on your side of the lane, you know, like you're safe. You can't get ganked. It's a good position for you. But Marion, your feet in that picture, like literally delete the picture, dude, or like cut it. Your feet are fucking disgusting, dude. Ooh, that barrel almost baited you. Yeah, he's just last hitting. You can go for like cheeky Qs, which I think you're trying to do between them. Like between like all the last hitting, you can go for cheeky Qs if you're like in a very good position. Like if he can't touch you, pretty much, you just go for like a cheeky Q. This is not really a great gank. Yeah. You should always you should never be afraid to ping your jungler back. Like if you're not feeling confident with it, just ping your jungler back, because they will just int it most of the time. Especially like an early game GP. But your last hitting is pretty good, dude. No wonder you're getting like eight last hit, like 8 CS on average. Ooh, that was perfect spacing. That was good. Always watch your mana. You used the biscuit here. Not sure if you did for the mana, but you know you were quite healthy, so like there's not always a reason to use it. But if it was for the mana, it was fine, I guess. Otherwise, they just sit there most of the time. Well, about this ward, kind of necessary. You know, you have this thing right here, and like they're not really gonna dive you from full HP with this with Philo 6 the level 4. So like kind of like a waste of a ward, but I don't like. You don't always have to put down a ward when you have one, like that ward as well. It's kind of like. Well, that ward is actually okay because Darius sometimes does go in the bush and tries to cheese you, so I guess you have vision of him when he tries to do that. Here you should be looking to back soon. You're out of mana. The wave is pushing towards him, so like I would go for like 1 or 2 more minions, maybe get some XP and then go back. Yeah, so like this. TPing to this is well, he's pushing it, so yeah, okay, TPing to the tower. Should TP on the first minion, okay. And then not auto attack them. Just like this, yeah, this is good actually. I don't see why you said your wave control was bad. I think your wave control is actually pretty good. What I would like to see here though is that you drag them back. Well, the mini wave did pull up, so. Darius has Phage, you don't have boots, so like you kind of have to respect him. I would avoid using barrels in the situations like these, because you kind of just auto push your lane into him. You just want to avoid that. What I mean with dragging the wave back, pretty much just like if you don't have any minions and like no one's in the lane, there are like 4 or 5 casters here. you either just drag them like over here to the bush so that they stay in this position, and then the next winning wave pushes up, and then you de-aggro them by going in the bush, and then they start hitting the your wave around this position here. It's pretty much to keep them away from your tower. Um, to have a good position in the lane. And yeah, like I said, avoid using barrels to randomly trade in lane, because it fucks up your wave position, I guess. Here, this is really scary. Here, you wanna try it? Well, you should have tried it earlier, maybe. Like, you should have tried to maybe like start putting down some barrels, you know, and like sheen proc it with Q, or like auto it, and then like finish them off with a Q or something. But I would be trying to push in the wave fast and then going back, because the wave is gonna push towards him anyways. You have no control over like you have no vision. You don't know. You probably don't know where Fiddlesticks is. He was hovering topside, but it seems like he was going back. But still, like overextending like this is, I guess, a common mistake. But it doesn't seem like you do it. But you can be like getting some minions before you decide to recall. I think you're like looking at the bot here, so that's probably why you stand still for a second. Oh, looks like he's pushing it back in, so yeah. So I guess it's fine then. This guy has no idea what he's doing. Isn't it best to drag the casters back into the center of the wave? Not necessarily. Don't think like what I like to do is keep them like around here pretty much. I don't drag them all the way back to here. I just like to keep them like here on my side, you know, where I can't get ganked. So not necessarily, I think. This is yeah, this was good. Uh, Warding is fine, I guess. Your lane opponent is dead, and like your jungle is stopped, so kinda waste of wards, but good for later, I guess. Pushes in. Oh, you don't have any barrels. Then just stay for the XP, or do that. But that's pretty greedy though. That was what, yeah. You die here for sure. Right, that was a pretty greedy move. I understand why you went for it, but it was too greedy. Or if anything, you should have put the barrel slightly closer. Um, or not walked up too much. Use the max range Q. Cause yeah, that was pretty greedy. You die. You have enough gold. Phage boots probably. You have enough for boots, yeah. So sell these biscuits. Oh, boots against Darius are very important. Um, you want to stay as far away from his boss, but you actually still have enough gold. You should have sold this biscuit and went boots. Um, yeah. Boots are super important against Darius, because look at him, he has Phage and boots, so like, he's turbo fast. Did you sell cloth armor? No, he didn't have a cloth armor. He had Sheen and Ruby Crystal. Oh, you have magical boots. That's right. Oh, this is like an example of like why stopwatch is better, you know. So you can buy boots early game. That's like the main reason. They're so boots can be like, how do you say it, you know, they're not game changing, but they can have a good impact, you know, because you can avoid jungle ganks, you can trade, like you can poke or like go in and out more with Klepto, dodge skill shots. I think they're pretty essential to have in early game. I think he was just pushing it in, so yeah, just farm on the tower for now. Um, I say this to like it's like something that like should kind of be second nature for Gangplank players, but like trying to have the most optimal Q stacking is a nice skill to have as a Gangplank player, you know. So like, you know, like for example, when you're on the tower, last hit, like hitting the casters so you can put a barrel and kill them all at once with the Q barrel. Um, Maximizing like the amount of times you use Q. Uh, Stuff like that, you know. Just so you get as much as you can out of the Q passive. I will not take boots anymore. Yeah, seems like, I mean, they got really hard nerf this patch as well, so don't see them that great anymore. And stopwatch is just so good on Gangplank when you're getting dove. Not sure about this one. Oh, this thing does a lot of damage actually. What the fuck? Okay then. Well, he almost died, but did a lot of damage. Hits them up with the Lamau. Finishing Scuttle, then pushing the zip, pushing this in. Probably going for plates. Stacking your Q passive really good when you have Triforce. When you have Triforce, that's like the main thing you want to do. Stack your Q passive. You should not be backing here. That Q was could have spaced it better if anything. Still a good trade though. He went for why did Darius go Merc Treads? Alright, so it was a good idea. You could have done this, but you just misplayed unfortunately. So let's look at it. So the Q get punished for it, but this barrel should have placed it better, I guess. What I like to do, I like to put down a barrel and then walk away just to see where they're pathing to, you know. So like, kind of like, you just have to be like patient with Gangplank. That's so important. So when you're trading, put down a barrel, walk back and see where they're walking to, and then connect the second barrel. That's like probably the most consistent thing you can do. So that's first, and then I think you place your R way too far. You should have put your R on yourself. After this Q, going in is a smart decision. You know his Q is on cooldown, so going in here is a really good decision. Putting down the barrel. Putting down the barrel is good. You have another one, so you can like cover him escaping, and you can still defend yourself. But the R was just way too far. Completely whiffed it. And you could have gotten a double passive auto attack here, but like you cancel your auto attack at first, then you cancel it again with an orange. Yeah. It's just like the small things, you know. It's the small things. It wasn't the idea behind it was good, Stallone. The execution was poorly. The Darius didn't even hit, I think. Yeah, I mean he went in after the Darius Q, which was smart. I think you can try to greet for this tower and then run back fucking fast. So yeah, like this. Alright, it's good. Combat Warhammer is good. You should be selling your biscuits if you see you have them. Good one part. Uh, at this point, like you need to set up goals for yourself, right? Like what do you want to do? Like you can't really split push and kill Darius over and over again. You're pretty much even with him. Um, you're level 11. You have Tabis, Warhammer. You don't have your second item yet. You're not level 13 yet. So just keep working towards your ult stacks. You're stacking your Q passive and working towards your next items. Which is what your goal should be. I'm just looking around the map for ultimates. So probably as well, like instead of going top lane, now you should be going bot lane. Uh, the dragon is gone, so you should be going bot lane here. Oh, when you got grabbed? Oh yeah, probably right there. Should be going bot lane here. Your bot and jungler should be going top lane. Even though there's no tower, they can be fighting or like they can be playing around this Rift Herald, and it's just such a bad position to keep Gangplank in the top lane. You went blue trinket. Like keeping Gangplank in the top lane after the first towers are gone is just not that great. The bot lane is more like the laning farm, you know, so the farm the lane for farm. So yeah, cause like look at this for example, like right here you're so overextended. You don't have any vision. Fiddlesticks is around here, so if he sees you here and he decides to stop Herald and come and gank you, you know, it's just way too great. Like it's just a bad position to be in. While looking at your bot lane, you know, your Vayne is just farming. You know, she's not doing anything useful, even though she's fed. And like Thresh can roam around and play with the jungle that is also strong. So like even if your bot refuses, tell them to go top or like just say that you're going bot lane. Like try to when you see no one bot lane, just go there. Like don't think about it, just go there, and your team will be like, all right, he's bot lane. Um, because like doing this over and over again is it's not that good, you know. What's the idea behind lane swap? I have no clue why it happens. It happens because top laners have TP first of all. For Gangplank, it's even better because he has ultimate as well, and he wants to keep farming. You know, he's not that strong. He can't like help his jungler roam or like invade. You know, so he just wants to keep farming. So bot lane is perfect for that because it's away from most of the things, right? Depending on like if dragon is up or not, obviously, but most of the time it's like away from all the action. You know, most of the time especially in this elo, they'll be randomly grouping mid, or like they go for herald, or they do like random invades in the top side. So you still have to be safe. You still have to like use your brain if you're bot lane. Like you still have to like not overextend too much, but it's slightly safer than top lane. Cause like especially with like no vision like this, you know, it's just super risky. And like, well, your range is getting butt fucked here. Which is, it's more bad that a Vayne is dying here, because first of all, she's fed, you know? Imagine this was you, okay? It's fine if it's you, you're a top laner, you know? and like your Gangplank as well, you still scale, but like the Vet Vayne should be having more control over the map, or like should be more safer and having control and farming on the map with the jungler and the support. She can't be like doing that shit. That's the main issue. I don't know what to do after laning phase. I always do so many mistakes after laning phase. Well, yeah, this is the first thing you should be doing. Like, look at the situation of your bot lane and play off that. You always want to play off your like how your bot lane is doing as Gangplank. Lane swap meta is good for Gangplank. It's obviously it's bad when the enemy ADCs come to your lane first, but depending on when they come to lane, like imagine they come to your lane and you have Triforce already, then it's really good because you can actually stall them for so long, and you give your bot lane a chance to come back to the game while you're laning 1v2 with Triforce. You just like wave clear over and over again. Have you played versus Change TK yet? What is TK? I thought bot had the most action because of Dragon. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you still play around dragons and stuff, but when the dragon is down, you just read the situation. Dragon is down, okay, I can go bot without, like, having to worry, you know? Your R placement was pretty good here. Because, like, there's also Rift Herald, right? So, like, you can be playing for both. Um, get the Silver, which is good. It's a shutdown as well. Here, yeah, here you definitely go mid. Yo, you're level 13 as well, so like, don't get too close. Uh, you have two teammates dead, and they have Rift Herald. You don't want to, you don't wanna actually be fighting. You want to like come around here and just come and clear the wave, or like poke them, scare them away, or something. You don't actually want to be fighting. You don't have like any advantage. They overextended, so now it's a good time to fight. You see how it's a good time to fight when Silas and Trash come back up? Should be spamming Q here. Q Q Q Q Q! Oh! Oh, that was okay, I know what that was. That was just... Do you play on Smartcast? Because I think you could have hit him for sure. You just poor barrel placement. Let me see. So this barrel, the first one is good, all right. But then the second one, like what's the circle? Circle's around here, right? The second one could be like, could have come till here, you know. But it's way too short. Like you're only like using half of the barrel range. Well, you could have put it like all the way over here. Like, wait, do I have a? I have a thingy, right? I have epic pen. Hold on. I have the epic pen. Wait, but should I be swapping to desktop for this? I think I should. But why is it cut? Wait. Why are you cut, bro? Okay. Uh. So like. Oh. 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 Stop it. I don't want to buy it. So. First barrel range is like roughly like this, okay? No, wait. It's like, wait, can I move my camera? R roughly, it's like this, okay? Roughly. I can't draw circles, okay? Roughly, okay? Just imagine like it, right? Okay? So the second one can, if you have like the tips of the circles have to touch. So the second one could be like this, okay? So like look how much space you're covering with this compared to uh your current barrel. This one is just covering like this, you know? If you put it half a circle further, this is like the barrel. You see, the fat dots are the barrels. So like this one would have covered like this. Does this make sense? Wait. Fuck, circles are so difficult. So like, oh maybe no. Actually, I should be using different colors. Hold on. Ah, I'm a genius. Hold up. Okay. So different color. Fuck no. All right. This is your barrel. Uh, no, this is bad. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay. Okay. Roughly. Okay, like this. But what it should have been is should place it around. Uh, should place it around like here realistically, and then you would have covered. Wait, fuck. You would have covered like roughly, okay, roughly. So you see like the difference? Yellow. Look at the space you're covering with yellow, and look at the space you're covering with blue. It's not. You can say like it's not a big difference, but it's the most optimal. And if you want to play most optimal Gangplank, you really have to learn how to do this. I play on quickcast without instructions like Tobias Fate. I've never played on quickcast. I've never been a fan of it. I've always played with normal cast since the beginning with Gangplank. So I think if you want to play the most optimal, either try to play with normal cast or use what's the like wait, hold on. Like you can go to, oh, I need to delete this now though. Boop, boop, boop. Uh oh wait, they're not. Oh, you can't see the thingy, the controls, right? In the controls, there's like you can still play on Smartcast, but I learned this from John. You can do like uh you can still set up normal cast and put the binding to like Control E, for example, and then it will be normal cast. But when you use E normally by itself, it's still Smartcast. Uh, if you understood that. Yeah, you can bind your shift or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like shift, control, whatever, and then you can play with both normal cast, and in situations like these, you can you can use normal cast, right? And like in other situations, you can use quick cast. I need some water. He's improving and drawing circles. Shut up, Crypto. Didn't understand? Can you show after the game? I'll show it now. Hold on. Wait, I need to stop seeing. Fuck! Almost leaked it. Come on. Smart cast is for smart people. Oh yeah, well the normal cast is for normal people. So who wins on that one? Why? I feel like my PC is so laggy today. I think it's the client, to be honest. I think it's the client. I think the client is so laggy right now. I mean, it's either the client or my PC, but I'm thinking it's the client. Look at this! System notification, your match will start soon. Please wait as you load up Summoner's Rift. This process should not take more than a few minutes. What? I'm literally by myself. Well, not sure if you're normal, to be honest. Crypto, you wanna get banned, dude? He didn't even draw as an orange. Ah, you... you don't want me to draw. God damn it, hold on. Okay. So like... Is this an orange? Is this orange for you? Oh, you got the Alice program? Yeah, I got it a while ago. But... Oh, whoops. I'm not good with it. Alright, so... Okay, I'll just pretend like I play with quick cast. So you play with quick cast like this, right? You just press E and then it comes immediately. Wait, fuck. But what you can do is, I think it's here. Do you see how there's like quick cast? And then there is it indicator? Which one is it? Or like normal cast here, for example. So it's spell free. You can do like, I'll just do like Alt E, for example. And then when I hold Alt and press E, it's pretty much normal cast. So I can still play with quick cast, but when I hold Alt and E, I can like have normal cast for like one ability, you know? Where's cam? My cam was too laggy. I don't know what's wrong with it. But it's like not working pretty much. Looks good to me. Wait, but do you understand, Stallone? So like you're playing with normal quick cast. Every time you press E, but if you set up like any binding, you know, that's comfortable for you, you just for this example Alt and E, and then you have the normal cast pretty much. So like when I'm chasing someone, I can like put down a quick cast barrel and then put down see like the range for my next one with Alt E. That would probably be the most optimal. So like you're chasing someone, put down, and then Alt E, and put down the next one. And this is how you should be connecting your barrels. You know, full circle, only like the edge connecting. This should be like natural for you. I don't know like how to do it with quick cast. I am horrible with quick cast, and I don't think it's good on Gangplank. I don't think it's optimal. Or at least I'm not comfortable with it. Cause like I don't like I just can't have a good image on the circles like this, for example. Like I would not do this with normal cast. Plus, like it's always like the terrain, you know, like the terrain is always weird. So I just think normal cast is the most optimal. So you can just see. Also, like if you're gonna start using normal cast, there's the circle. You see this circle? It's a little bit bigger than it actually is. So like you see how like these circles are not connecting, but if I put it down, you see how they still like cross each other. That's just something you need to like you kind of need to know. So like you see here, the circles are not connecting, but if I put it down, they're like they do connect, like the real circles. The indicators saw Aqua in the river. Yeah, well, I can explain this as well, I guess. Teleports here. So what happens here is that the rain, you have to put them closer here. So like you see, this looks normal to you, but it won't connect because of the terrain. It's higher, so you just have to keep this in mind, and like you just have to like I don't know like what exactly the range is, but you just have to always keep this in mind and be like, oh, I have to put it slightly closer than usual because of the terrain. I think it's the same here. Yeah, you see like how these are actually not connected? Oh wait, they are. Wait, I think it's here then. Are these connected? Wait, which one was it? This one? No way, I'm fucking drunk or something. Huh, wait. I'm trolling. Nah, but like this position here is higher than this position, so you just have to keep this in mind as well. Like I think this one no, this one is connected as well. Fuck. Wait. Let's try a max range one. Okay, this is max range. Yeah, this is not connected. You see? So like, is this connected? No, this is also not connected. You see how the circles do overlap though? They're just not connected. So in this like in these situations against walls, just always put them as close to the wall as possible. I guess. All right. No, I just didn't know the exact spot, you know, because I don't use that wall, because it's fucking inconsistent. But I hope you understood that, Stallone. It just comes down to if you're gonna start doing it, you will have to get used to it, obviously. So it just comes down to practice. I'm getting good at this game. Nice. Alright, we'll finish the game, I guess. See how you're doing into the mid-late game. With GP. Like yellow, oranges. There's no other colors with this. Oh wait, there is. Oh wait, there is. Haha. We try again. Then like like is it black this thing? And then like green. Like the leaves. Ta-da! Dude, this one is much better, isn't it? Wait, this one looks exactly like my sub badge. Yeah, you guys think I'm not an artist? Joke's on you. Okay, so you lost 2 towers and then you killed them. This is where we're at. So yeah, this was where we came at. So this battle, pretty much. Show me like one of your eagles. Shut up, Crypto. Looking juicy. Yeah, that looked like a healthy orange, if you ask me. This can be a good fight because I think they're outnumbered. But Darius is fucking OP, maybe. No, your ADC is here, so now it's fine. Alright. You have a lot of gold here, so you should definitely be looking to reset. I think you should reset here. Let Vayne take the tower. You don't need to be here. Like melee taking tower is always awkward. You should have reset by now already. This dragon is not a thing. Like even if you're here, this dragon is not a thing. So you will see that they just die for it. Yeah, I saw that, Alex. Darius seems. It's so weird. That's like it was such a small buff, but suddenly he's just fucking OP, I guess. So yeah, them dying there is not your fault, and you should not be TPing to this. You're outnumbered. Silas is wanking in top lane. Should be farming jungle, clearing mid lane. Yeah, just clearing it, and farming jungle pretty much. Getting bot lane maybe next. Anything except for fighting. Or going into places with no vision. Wait, did Tress try to steal it? What an idiot. So your build is okay here. It's like the glass cannon build that I was talking about before. Only issue is that you're super squishy. So if in low elo, it's okay if you just know how to position well. I play like this obviously when I'm smurfing, but that's because I know how to position well. And even then, like like I still build Sterex if I need to, you know. But what I've been thinking about, I haven't really tested it yet, but if you do go like ER, Infinity Edge, and Brawl's Glove, Phantom Dancer instead of Sterex, because Phantom Dancer gives the same passive, you still want some kind of HP, right? So I still haven't figured out. I think it will probably be with Grasp. So like with Grasp, you'll have Overgrowth, and then you go to Scaling HP, and then you can go this build and be relatively tanky. That's what I've been thinking about, but I think it's not possible with Klepto. So with Klepto, if you go this build, just keep in mind that you're super squishy and you'll need to position uh, really well. It was pretty big to be honest. How do you enable chat in replay? I have no idea to be honest. I don't even have all chat on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've not even had all chat on. I don't know why this is showing. I guess it's just this here. Yeah, here. You just have chat. I don't know. It's fucking awkward to be honest. I just turned it off. Unless someone wants to read it. Oh yeah, you went blue trinket actually. I keep my yellow trinket throughout the entire game. I don't play around vision well. Playing on vision, you should be playing around vision, but not. You should not be the one setting up vision. You, you should be setting up vision when you're in a side lane, deep in their jungle. Like when you're pushing in, you're playing in this lane. Put down like one ward, like somewhere around here, you know, so just so you know when someone is coming and stuff. But like this is also something, right? Like, why are you here? You know, like, why are you farming top lane? Why did you take the wolves earlier? You helped Lee Sin clear, like, wolves and blue buff. Why are you not sitting in bot lane trying to get this tower, pushing like the side lane? You have TP, you had R before getting caught here. Um, if Darius does come up and they will try to kill you, like Fiddlesticks tries to come to gank you, or like Alistar or whatever, you can like clear the jungle camps in the meantime. You can try to rotate over to mid lane, do something, or like your team can try to get a catch, while you. GP is really good at soaking pressure, and this is a fact. This is pro players will tell you that, coaches will tell you that. GP is really good at soaking pressure, and that's what you want to do. It's not something that you see when you're looking at your screen. It's something you have to think about and have to uh, kind of mental mind games, you know. But at the same time, you just have to assume these things. You have to think. You need to get inside the head of your enemy and open up awkward situations for them. Because especially in solo queue, there's so many windows for mistakes in solo queue. So just imagine that you're in bot lane, you are like sitting here, for example, and Darius has to come bot lane, and then like Fiddlesticks comes over from here or something, you know, and you see them on a ward, or you just know that they're here. Then you just you ping like, or you write in chat, you like 2 bot or something like Fiddlesticks bot. Then there are 4 here versus 3 in a situation like that. So you set up that situation pretty much by yourself, just by going into a side lane, you know? Like your team is gonna be like, oh yeah, we won the team fight, we caught someone. But you're the one who actually set up that situation by pressuring and like gaining attention from your enemies pretty much. What if you don't have TP? You look at the waves. If the waves is too far, you have no reason to go bot lane. If the wave is coming to you, or like it's close to you, you clear it, you push it in, and then you go to your team. Then the enemy top laner is forced to react, and he's forced to come here, and then you're outnumbered 5v4 here as well. So that's pretty much it. But like this, for example, there's no reason for you to be here, and you should be working on that in your future games. Alright, so it does look like you did win the team fight, but it's random, you know, it's just like it's kind of what always happens in this elo, and I can understand it because you are in this elo, but you should be improving on that, right? You should not keep doing this every single game because it's not gonna work out for you every single game. Doing Baron here is okay. The enemy does have 3 mountains, so I think you I don't know. Like, you guys are really scared, it seems. Like another tip I can tell you is like take notice of your support, you know, or like anyone else that has a sweeper. Try to keep track of like where it's warded, you know. If you see that they warded this earlier and you come back here 30 seconds later, you know it's warded. You're not gonna sit in that bush. You're gonna try to sit in a different bush, or you're gonna try to set up different barrels, you know, like behind walls, like here for example. If this wasn't warded, um, I used to go sweeper on Gangplank, but I stopped doing that because I don't group with my team all the time anymore, and I like to use my trinket in the side lane. But if you do have a playstyle where you like to ARAM it, I guess, then sweeper is kind of good, I guess, but it's not what I would recommend. Here, it's kind of good bait. Your team is also like in a weird position. Like you should be definitely trying to get picks for trash when they just randomly overextend for this. You should probably clear mid and then back here. I think Zeal and the stopwatch maybe. That's why I have a negative win rate. Yeah, but you can improve on stuff like this really easily. You just have to like tell yourself as well, like things that you can improve like mentally is just being aware of everything you do, you know? When you're playing in game. Wait, did you have enough for stopwatch? Yeah, I think you had enough for stopwatch. I mean, sure, more crit, right? Bigger chance of critting, but stopwatch in this point in the game is very like is a big thing, you know? If you can bait a fight and you can eventually win it, it means Baron, it means towers, it means inhib, you know? It gives you a big lead. If you make the correct play with it. What was I saying? I was saying something, I forgot. Oh yeah, so yeah, pretty much be more aware of what you're doing in game. Don't autopilot. Be aware of what you're doing in game. Ask yourself questions like, is this good? Was this the correct decision? What should I be doing right now? What should I be doing next? Make plans for yourself, and how do you say it? Evaluate yourself during the game. Give yourself kind of feedback as well. Um, Pretty much. Because we're just going back to the ARAM here. Looks like you do get a pick. Your R positions are, I think you're always trying to position your R like to escape the gate, like to escape your enemy from escaping, to avoid your enemy from escaping, and that's okay, right? But there are situations where you just want to put it straight on the enemy, right? Um, or like you can put it half, you know, you can try to put half the wave like does damage and half the wave blocks their escape, you know. I feel like maybe it's just this game, but I feel like you're trying always to like block the escape instead of like trying to do damage with it as well. Because your R does damage, you know. If you have a nice placed R in a team fight with fire at will, it does a lot of damage. especially with the buffs. And that counts for like any part during the game. Like early game, try to put it like in the most optimal place. Like try to cover like damage and like um, escape routes for your enemy. Like you can put it on your allies. You can put it to. You can put like for like in this lane, for example, it covers the entire lane. So like they have, it's kind of like a big wall that they have to run through, or like a big minefield. You can see it as that. But if you're like fighting in the spot, you just put it on everyone. Oh boy. If you understood that. If you don't, just tell me. Avengers, I have no idea what happened here, but they inted it. Oh! Only you had a Vayne or a Silas. Oh no, you're dead. Oh, you're not. Right. The damage was good. Your position could have been slightly better, but then again, you can't win fights like that by yourself. You can't. You need an ADC, a mid laner, anything that does DPS to finish it off. So it's way too risky to try win fights like that by yourself. Usually. GP has the burst, but not the DPS. You can win fights by yourself, but you need teammates. You have a big impact on fights for sure, but you just need teammates. Or like any kind of, it can be one teammate. It can be like, imagine if only the silence was there, right? You would have won that fight for sure. You would have swept them. Captain is nothing without his crew. That's pretty. That's like a pretty fitting quote actually. And a pretty cool one. Alright, so you do have Baron, you have like again, you have TP, you have ultimate, you're air ramming it again. Try to avoid this. It's you can ARAM from time to time, but not all the time. Because like, look at this, like, yeah, all of you are just running around in mid lane. Same for the enemy team. And the like, it's. I remember Donkey. You guys know video game Donkey. When he was like ranting about League, he was like, "Yeah, everybody just runs around for 20 minutes in the mid lane until some dumbass gets caught." That's what I think about every time. With Baron, try to like this tier 1 is still up, you know. Imagine you were sitting in bot lane, you could have gotten the gold for this. You've gotten more gold, more items. You could be pushing this one, could be possibly getting it. I was saying it's okay if you ARAM with Gangplank because it's fine. If you force the fight, like in this example, like in this situation for example, you're really ahead. Vayne is decently strong, Silas is decently strong. If you know that you can force a fight with your R, and everyone can follow up, and you can get a good combo, and you will get towers, get inhib, or win the game, you know, then it's okay. But you need to be doing that. You need to be going for that. You can't just be sitting around doing nothing. Because Gangplank is kind of like, once you, like, he's a ticking time bomb in a sense that like after you have like your items and your power spikes, you scale off, right? You become weaker, so you want to try to end the game by at this point, because the enemy will grow stronger and you'll become more useless. So I'm guessing you did lose this fight. I'm guessing. All right, I can guess what's gonna happen. You're gonna randomly, someone's gonna get randomly caught. You're gonna randomly lose a team fight in the mid lane, and it will just end through mid lane. Because like, look at this game. There's literally nothing been happening in the side lanes. It's all been mid lane. You do go mid bot now because you probably noticed that nothing's happening. And then yeah, just like I said, someone just randomly gets caught, and then It's a bad fight and you will lose it, and they will just push it from mid lane. These are things that could have been avoided if, for example, you started going from bot to bot lane from the beginning once you had Baron buff, and just ping your team to not fight, or like just like ping like what's the ping called, like the yellow one, you know? Just be like, don't spam it, but like every time you notice that like there's like this one gif. Hold on, there's like this one like uh okay, this is alright. So do you guys know this gif where like this animal? I don't know the name of this animal. Oh wait, it's this here. Okay, so like this is your team, right? They're gonna keep trying to go into the danger, right? But you can avoid this by just uh having a rhythm on like your yellow pings, so like, on like pinging them back, you know? Because obviously you're gonna go to the side lane and this is gonna be them. They're gonna fucking jump in like animals. But just pinging them back, or like writing, you know, like chill, or like wait for someone to come bot, or like stuff like that, you know? That can avoid them randomly dying like it did here, and you just losing the game off of one team fight. So I'm guessing this is the end of the game. Right. Okay. Um. All right then. I hope that was uh useful for you. If you someone asks something, Stallone, feel free to do right now. uh, there are probably a lot more things if you look at more of the games that you can be working on, but I guess you should start with these things that we mentioned right now, and in the future we can maybe look at it again. Could you have won that game? Yes, of course you could have won that game if wait, where is it? If he played the lanes more correctly, if he pressured more, soaked more pressure for his team, not just randomly run around. Because he lost that game, they were winning. They lost that game because they didn't. No one knew what they were doing, and they randomly got caught, and then they just ended through mid lane because they had an open inhib and no towers, right? He could have definitely carried this game if he was just um. Well, obviously everyone can do something better, right? Like I'm not saying that his team played perfect and then he played super bad. Everyone can be playing better, but what he could have done is been more in the side lanes, or like in bot lane, pressuring more, forcing Darius and like Alistar, or like Ari, or like Fiddlesticks, force them like bot lane, but not die. You know, like force them bot lane, but don't die. You know, like just bait them. You know, like all right, come here. You know, like just come here, waste your time in bot lane. I'm not gonna die though. And then your team is gonna be outnumbering the enemy team in the opposite side of the map, and that opens up things for them, you know, because the enemy team is just as stupid as your team, right? So the enemy team is gonna be like, huh, I'm in mid lane by myself. I'm just gonna randomly go 1v4 and die, you know, stuff like that. You just need to. That's the first thing, right? And I mean, that's the first thing. You should work on that. That should be your goal right now. You go like your work point.